Hello, 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 friends. Nicholas here with DIVO TED Talks, Devoted Talks, where we take ancient wisdom and practices through a modern lens and experience to help end suffering for you and your loved ones in your personal lives and the greater world, such as it is. The last episode, I forgot to plug in the microphone, so I have no idea what you could or couldn't hear and what was canceled or what wasn't. So we'll see. But anyway, here I am, all oranged as I like to be. Have you ever noticed that people with red hair or ginger hair or auburn tend to like orange? I see it more often than not. Like I see people with red hair or red tones liking orange vehicles, for instance, or backpacks. Just saying, just something I noticed. Like even hats. Anyway, um, I was talking about the Olympics and I had an idea spark there. And, what does it mean to be at your peak performance, right? It means complete and utter focus. That's what it means. And it means that you get there by practicing it enough that there is nothing that can distract you from it. You are so tuned in, tapped in, and turned on that you cannot be anywhere else but that thing that you're doing right then and right there. And everything else is just a distraction to it. And you show up, you show out, bada bing, bada boom. Now, what is the difference between the gold medalist and the silver or even somebody who doesn't place at all? The moment. Are you in the moment or are you not? Are you there or are you not? Did you prepare enough to be there or not? Right? Some people have bad days, right? And so have you practiced in enough environments where it's a bad day so that you can persevere, right? Like if I were a person, I would practice when I'm sick. I would practice when I'm tired. I would practice when I am having trouble doing things so that I have something to move past, to achieve beyond, to move beyond, to excel in front of, excel behind, whatever. Um, and being in all those different states so that no matter what shows up, you're ready, right? Like one time I prepared for a marathon and it gutted me because the marathon, which I had practiced and trained for in the end of summer and early fall, when it happened in the first week of November, the start line was 35 degrees, maybe even 32. It was cold, and I had only run and practiced in shorts, and I didn't even know how to run in pants. And there I was, freezing my butt off. And do you know what started to happen? My muscles started to seize. I started to have cramps. I had to go slower. I couldn't take as big a gait as I had trained for. Do you know what I also didn't train with? I was so excited to have a Pop Tart in the middle of my run, and I had a friend give it to me. And you know what I hadn't practiced? Practiced digesting that Pop Tart while running. And so my body lost all its energy. It lost its drive. It spent all of its time trying to digest it, and it really diminished my ability. Now I still performed well. Don't get me wrong. Like, even though I walked a lot, even though I was freezing, even though I was crampy, I still did well. I still did right around the same rate as my very first marathon. So that is, indicative of the preparation that I had made over the years. But in retrospect, and in the context of what I was talking about with regards to the Olympics, I hadn't prepared myself for different circumstances, right? Like, have you ever seen people out running in the rain and they're still running no matter what? Like, that's the commitment that it requires to be a peak performance, regardless of whether it's an Olympian, you know, but a peak performance person, a PPP, P cubed if you, if you wished. And so what does that mean for yoga and meditation in Ayurveda? Ayurveda would say dinacharya. You show up for it no matter what you're experiencing, no matter what state you're in. And so it creates this buffer system so that life doesn't derail you as easily, or it doesn't matter. It's not conditional. You, without condition, are showing up because you committed to it, and you're going to play all out because you committed to it. Now, your commitment levels may vary and differ depending on what's important to you, and that's okay, right? That's to be factored in. What's important to one person is not the same as another, and that is fantastic, right? We are all unique expressions of consciousness, and we are meant to be that, and the world is meant to benefit from that because of us, for us, through us, and with us. And so commitment in the face of any variable, in the face of any challenge, in the face of any shifting or potential, outcome, well, not outcome, but potential input, allows us to perform at our peak, even in the face of competition, even in the face of um, adversity. And so, why isn't your life like the Olympics? What if it's just a long game of the Olympics and you're going for the gold medal of being you? What about that? Well, I can tell you one thing. If you don't have yoga, Ayurveda, and meditation, you're not going to as easily be able to see, discern, and know what it takes to have a gold medal or to get a gold medal or what you're competing in, right? Because you're not competing with others to be you. You are competing with aspects of yourself that compete for whatever your greatest goal is, right? You can go through life where you set intentions and sit back and just kind of go with the flow, and that's fine too, right? Like some of us don't want to have the challenge and the adversity and the deep deep commitment levels for some things, but there is something in your life that you would go all in on, right? Like my mom was go all in on raising the kids and doing well for us and by us. But there's also, the differences of, you know, societal norms versus what makes our hearts sing, right? Maybe you want to sing the best song and you are about to perform your circle. Maybe it's karaoke night for you. Maybe you get to express and be a part of that in your karaoke night out. I do lament that I just kind of sing whatever I can, knowing that I can sing it well and just do it with karaoke rather than perhaps practicing at home in the mirror so that when I get up there, I do a gold medal performance that everybody in the bar or the establishment stands up for and cheers, right? It doesn't matter what's important to you. It matters that you're all in on what is important to you and you know the difference between the things that are important right now, in the future, or will be important at some point. And so being able to sift and sort and delineate so that you're not wasting your energy or spinning your wheels in ways that are not helpful or even tied into the goal that you've set out to do. And I know that sounds a little bit vague on its face, but it really isn't because it leaves room for it to be somebody's in the it's okay, listeners. The background noises lead it out, but she made a face, which was really funny. But it's meant to shift and change, and it's not always meant to be the same, although it can be. It's mostly meant to be, do you know what you want? Do you know why you want it? And how hard are you willing to work for it? Some things come easy to people. Some resources are given in abundance to some people versus others. But do they want that? Is that what they need? Is that what they have? Right? I was talking to somebody about their husband who owns a business, but there's a trust fund and there's money. And as somebody who has had to start, and the only reason I was able to start my business was because of an inheritance I got from my mom passing, it felt okay because, well, if I can't have my mom because I can't change what happened, being able to take this money and her legacy and build this business seemed like the next best thing. But I know that I couldn't have started the business in the way that I have without that inheritance. But, you know, this particular person, their parents bought them the building for him to have his own business, and he owns his own business, which often gets a lot of accolades. But some people are resourced differently. And so the value of being able to do that is different. Like, for instance, immigrants to our country are known for a work ethic that supersedes native born people by leaps and bounds. And that's because they had to work for it and because they wanted to work for it. I'm not saying that people who come into the world resourced and rich or wealthy aren't committed and aren't of a work ethic, but certain details and needs and adversities to overcome carry with them different weights and different energies. And that's what I'm trying to point out. So, my friends, get clear by practicing yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda so that you know what you want and why you want it, and then how committed you can be to it, right? Because this is one of the keys to be well. and be free.